Good morning, children. I am your science teacher. The last class we studied lesson 7, that is the skeletal system and nervous system. So now we are going to see 8th lesson in science. The 8th lesson name is measurement. So in our daily life we are using so many things. So now in this lesson you will detailedly study about how we measure these things, and also you will learn about history of measurement, measurement of length, mass, capacity, time and temperature. Okay, children? Different instruments are used to find the size and quantity of different items or objects. Name the instruments used to measure the following. Okay, children, in our daily life we are using so many items or objects. So how we are going to measure the items or objects? We are using various instruments. For example, we use measuring tape to measure the length, and weighing balance to measure the mass, and measuring cylinder to measure the capacity of a container. Okay. Next, history of measurement. Measurement is the process of finding the size or quantity of something. In early times, people used different body parts such as hand and palm to measure length. Some of the measures used in ancient times were handspan, cubit and fathom. However, the length of the various body parts differ from person to person. Therefore, people realized the need to have fixed quantities to measure things. A fixed quantity that is used as a standard of measurement is called a unit. Next, the length between the tip of the thumb and the tip of the little finger of a fully opened palm is called a hand span. Next, the length between the tip of the middle finger and the elbow is called a cubit. A fathom is the length of outstretched arm. Okay, children, now we are going to study about the history of measurement. So, what is meant by measurement? Measurement is the process of finding the size or quantity of something. In early times, how do the people measure things? They use their different body parts such as their hands and their palm to measure the length. So, some of the measures they used what in ancient time, like hand span, cubit and fathom. What is meant by hand span? Yeah, see the first picture. The length between the tip of the thumb and the tip of the little finger of a fully opened palm is called a hand span. See the second picture, children. What is meant by cubit? The length between the tip of the middle finger and the elbow is called a cubit. Next, see the third picture, children. Now we are going to know about a fathom. What is meant by fathom? A fathom is the length of outstretched arms. Now, can you clear, children, how in olden days people measure various things? They use their body parts. So, the length of various body parts differ from person to person. So, the people realized they needed to have a fixed quantity. So, a fixed quantity that is used as a standard of measurement is called a unit. Next, we are going to study about measurement of length. Measurement of length. Length is the size or measurement of an object from its one end to another. Meter, rule and measuring tape are some instruments used for measuring length. The standard unit used to measure length is meter. Millimeter, centimeter and meter are used to measure smaller lengths such as the length of a pencil or a cloth piece. Kilometer is used to measure longer lengths or distances. The distance between your school and your home will be measured in kilometers. The unit of length can be changed from one to another. For example, 10 millimeters equal to 1 centimeter, 100 centimeters equal to 1 meter, and 1000 meters equal to 1 kilometer. Okay children, now we are going to see how we measure length. What is meant by length? Length is the size or measurement of an object from its one end to another. What are the instruments used to measure length? So we use meter rule or measuring tape to measure length. So what is the standard unit to measure length? That is meter. And millimeter and centimeters are used to measure smaller length, and kilometer is used to measure longer length or longer distances. For example, the distance between your school and your home is measured by using kilometer. So the units of length like millimeter, centimeter and meters can be changed from one to another. For example, 10 millimeters equal to 1 centimeter, and 100 centimeters equal to 1 meter, and 1000 meters equal to 1 kilometer. See the picture children, that is measuring tape that is used to measure smaller length, like length of your pencil or length of a cloth piece. For longer distance means we can use the unit as kilometer. Okay, can you understand children? Measurement of mass. Mass tells us how heavy or light an object is. A beam balance or weighing balance is an instrument to measure mass. The standard unit used to measure mass is kilogram. Milligram and gram are used to measure smaller mass. Kilogram is used to measure a larger mass like that of a big bag of potatoes or mass of a person. The units of mass can be changed from one to another. For example, 1000 milligrams equal to 1 gram and 1000 grams equal to 1 kilogram. Okay children, now we are going to see how we measure mass of an object. First of all, what is meant by mass children? Mass tells us how heavy or light an object is. See the picture children, that is a weighing balance. So a beam balance or weighing balance is used to measure the mass of an object. So what is the standard unit to measure mass? That is kilogram. For smaller mass means we are using the units like milligram and gram, and then larger mass like a big bag of potatoes, and then mass of a person means we can use the unit kilogram. So the units of mass also can be changed from one to another. For example, 1000 milligrams equal to 1 gram and 1000 grams equal to 1 kilogram. Next, measurement of capacity. Capacity of a container is the amount of liquid it can hold. A measuring cylinder is an instrument used to measure capacity. The standard unit used to measure capacity is liter. Milliliter and liter are used to measure smaller capacities such as water in a bottle. Kiloliter is used to measure larger capacities like that of a big tank of water. The units of capacity can be changed from one to another. For example, 1000 milliliters equal to 1 liter, 1000 liters equal to 1 kiloliter. Okay children, now we are going to see how we measure capacity. First of all, what is meant by capacity? Capacity of a container is the amount of liquid it can hold. So what we are using to measure the capacity? So we use measuring cylinder. What is the standard unit for measuring capacity? That is liter. So smaller units used to measure capacity is milliliter and liter. For example, if we want to measure the capacity of water in a bottle means we have to use the smaller units such as milliliter and liter. Suppose we have to measure the capacity of a big tank of water means what unit we are going to use? Yes, we are using kiloliter. So that is the larger unit to measure the capacity. So the units of capacity also can be changed from one to another. For example, 1000 milliliters equal to 1 liter and 1000 liters equal to 1 kiloliter. Measurement of time. The period between two events is called time. A clock or watch is an instrument used to measure time. Some of the units used to measure time are second, minute and hour. The units of time can be changed from one to another. For example, 60 seconds equal to 1 minute and 60 minutes equal to 1 hour. Okay children, now we are going to see how we measure the time. What is meant by time? The time is period between the two events. So what are the instruments used to measure the time? We use a clock or watch to measure the time. Then what are the units for measuring time? Seconds, minute and hour. So the units of time can be changed from one to another. For example, 60 seconds equal to 1 minute and 60 minutes equal to 1 hour. See the picture children, that is a clock that is used to measure time. Next, measurement of temperature. Temperature is the measure of how hot or cold an object is. It is measured using an instrument called a thermometer. Unit thermometer to measure temperature or the degree Celsius. What are the two units children to measure temperature? Use a thermometer to measure the temperature of a patient who has fever. So what doctors children to measure the temperature of a patient who has fever. So now we are going to see thermometer. So now can you clearly understand how we measure the temperature and time children? Okay children. Now we are going to see the summary of this lesson. In early times, people used different parts of the body such as the hand and palm to measure length. Some of the measures used in ancient times were handspan, cubit and fathom. Length is measured in millimeter, centimeter, meter and kilometer. Mass is measured in milligram, gram and kilogram. Capacity is measured in millimeter, milliliter, liter and kiloliter. Time is measured in second, minute and hour. Temperature is measured in degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. Okay children, thank you. Have a nice day.